Instagram, TikTok, Twitter are all important parts of our lives, but their mix with athletes and their unvarnished thoughts isn't a great one. Here's how social media ruined these athletes' careers. Let's start with the athlete who accidentally stuck up for the wrong person on social media, Rashard Mendenhall. It's one thing to speak up on social media for someone who's being mistreated, but it's not a very good idea to defend a public enemy. The American football running back did exactly that. The NFL athlete criticized people for celebrating the death of Osama bin Laden. Now, we all know that bin Laden is a pretty controversial figure due to his involvement in the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center. Mendenhall tweeted, "What kind of person celebrates death?" on the same day the Al-Qaeda leader was killed by the United States Navy. As expected, the backlash he received was inevitable. He had to put out a statement in which he said, "I apologize for the timing on such a sensitive matter, but it was not meant to do harm." But little good was done by his apology. As a result, he was dropped by the sportswear company Champion soon after, as they said his values weren't consistent with theirs. In 2014, he retired from the NFL for good and said he wanted to write and travel instead. Good for him, I guess. We all know that it's not a great idea to publicly joke about the president. Well, turns out the next athlete on my list didn't know that. We're talking about Buck Burnett. There were cheers of celebration in the United States when Barack Obama was elected as the first black president in 2008. Well, not everyone wished the new president well. The former backup center for the University of Texas wished him harm instead. He posted on Facebook, "All the hunters to gather up," and even used a censored version of the N-word. People were not happy. The Texas native later realized what he had done and apologized for his ignorant comments. He said that he wasn't racist and was sorry for sharing such a comment publicly. Well, you shouldn't be saying anything like that in private too, Buck. He deactivated his Facebook account, but the damage had been done. Burnett was kicked off the team by coach Mac Brown, and according to his Twitter profile, he's now a windows and doors specialist. A big career jump, I'd say. The next athlete on our list was also kicked out of the respective team, but it wasn't because of racist comments. It was because of a Halloween photo. Caitlin Davis, the Patriots cheerleader, was living a happy life before a picture destroyed her career. In 2008, a picture of her next to a passed-out man made rounds on the internet and caused Davis' team to drop her. So, what was so offensive about the image? Well, the passed-out man had swastikas drawn on him along with drawings of male anatomy and the words, "I'm a Jew," scrawled on his arm. She released a statement and said she didn't draw any of the drawings on the boy, but should have been alert enough to realize what she was doing. She said, "Me and my girls came back to the kid passed out on the futon we were supposed to sleep on. The guys ended up drawing more on him due to the fact that he was the first one to pass out on Halloween night." The former Patriots cheerleader has kept a low profile ever since, which is probably a good idea. The next athlete on my list was also a cheerleader, and her career was put in jeopardy because of a photo posted on social media as well. Let's have a look. Bailey Davis. This New Orleans Saints cheerleader was dropped from her team because she posted a harmless picture on Instagram in a bodysuit. The Saints found the photo offensive and considered her one-piece lingerie inappropriate. She was also accused of attending parties with the players, which, if you don't know, is a big no-no for cheerleaders.
And you can't be in the same place as a football player. If I'm in a restaurant and a player walks in, I have to leave, or it's seen as suspicious. If you're seen at a restaurant where a player is or a bar, you could be immediately terminated. We can't follow them on Instagram. We can't like anything that the Saints post of the players or anything that a player posts.
Davis denied everything. She also accused the organization, 3 years prior to her Instagram incident, of having different rules for cheerleaders and players. The cheerleaders aren't allowed to fraternize with the players, but there was no such rule for the players themselves. She found this quite offensive and decided to file a complaint against the Saints with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. She said, "I want us to be treated like professional athletes who work hard and who do our job well.
I want us to be treated like professional athletes who have worked hard and who do our job well."
The Saints denied all these accusations and said they treated all their employees fairly. Caitlin is now teaching cheerleading, but her NFL career did go down the drain, all because of one Instagram post. The next athlete on our list didn't only lose his teammates' trust, but also accidentally told the internet that his teammate was cheating on his fiancée. And this fiancée was an award-winning Australian rapper, so the news spread like wildfire. Let's have a look who it was. was, D'Angelo Russell. I don't think Russell will ever be able to forget the year 2016. Not only was it his rookie year, but it was also the year he caused a really big scandal. Russell was accused of making a Snapchat video of fellow Lakers player Nick Young. In the video, Young admitted to having cheated on his then-fiancée, Iggy Azalea. Russell asked for Young's forgiveness, and he forgave him.
I've reached out to him, talked a little bit, but I let him know my apologies. I don't know if they were accepted, but I wouldn't blame him.
No, I don't want to get into my personal life right now. I think it's best, me and D'Angelo handle, the situation we have, in a private matter outside the media. So I think it's something we really do need to sit down and talk about.
But he was never able to regain the trust of his other teammates. He was even booed at a Lakers game. Both players were traded from the team. Young is a free agent, and Russell plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Azalea broke up with Young the same year for allegedly cheating on her. I don't think it's a good idea to post an exotic video involving dancers if you're a retired NBA player working as an analyst for ESPN. But the next athlete on my list clearly didn't think the same. Paul Pierce. It's safe to say that posting a video with an exotic dancer rubbing his neck while he smoked what allegedly looked like marijuana wasn't Pierce's best life decision. The video instantly went viral with scenes of a poker game inside his house and multiple women in bikinis twerking in the background.
Getting a neck massage from a bad Mariah. Oh my God. What are y'all talking about? Y'all hating. Stop hating. Everybody hating. Y'all hating. Yeah, I got that. But look, if they come on the flop, they in trouble.
Pretty scandalous, right? Well, scandalous enough for ESPN to terminate him. But the athlete wasn't at all sorry for the racy footage. Instead, he said, "I was just having a good time. All the people coming after me, half you mother blanks, do the same blank. You're just hiding it. And you all are married while you're doing it. I'm divorced." Someone sounds offended. The last athlete on my list is a successful swimmer, but she couldn't save herself when she found herself in hot water. All thanks to an offensive tweet. Stephanie Rice. In 2010, Rice didn't use really nice terms for congratulating Australia's rugby team, the Wallabies, for their victory over South Africa's Springboks. She wrote, "Suck on that," before adding the F word followed by a homophobic slur. Offensive. Rice was obviously blasted on the internet, and the backlash should have been expected by her before posting something so ignorant. She eventually apologized and said, "I made a comment on Twitter on Saturday night in the excitement of the moment. I did not mean to cause offense, and I apologize." This apology wasn't enough to save her from losing her endorsement deal with luxury car brand Jaguar, and they also took back the Jaguar XF they had given to her as part of the deal. Now, her career wasn't completely ruined like some of the others on the list, but God knows how much money she lost through those endorsement deals. That's all I have for you today. See you next time.